again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
And that is an introduction I heard from Harry Christopher Carabina thousands of times. Listening to Harry Carey in the 60s as a broadcaster for the St. Louis Cardinals, and then later as a broadcaster for the Chicago Cubs, whose WGN television games were televised every day. Harry Carey was raised in St. Louis, basically by an aunt. Both of his parents died before he was 8 years old. And when he was 8 years old, he found himself out in the street selling newspapers. And he did have a chance to go follow the St. Louis Cardinals and develop a love for baseball from about 1923 on. Listening to those early Cardinal broadcasters, he thought he could do it better himself. He sent a personal letter to the head of KMOX Radio, Merle Jones, the general manager, asking for a job. They gave him a tryout and were impressed, but sent him to WCLS in Joliet, Illinois to get experience. After a year and a half, he was hired as a sports director at WKZO in Kalamazoo, Michigan, where he worked with none other than newscaster Paul Harvey. And here he got his first baseball broadcast experience and developed some of his early phrases that he would use all of his life. What I liked about Harry Carey was, he put it this way: the taxi driver, the bartender, the waitress, the man in the street, those are my people. It was his down-to-earth style, like sitting at a ball game with your next-door neighbor, that I enjoyed so much. I could first listen to Harry Carey on little pocket radios when I was about 6, 7, 8 years old. I could hear KMOX all the way to Overland Park, Kansas, where I was raised. And I preferred listening to him than listening to Monty Moore of the A's, and preferred following the Cardinals, who are a much better team than the A's. And then, of course, I could follow Harry Carey on WGN TV from Chicago. When he went to Chicago, after leaving Oakland in 1971, he first started with the White Sox. And when the White Sox made the decision that they'd make their broadcast subscription only, Harry didn't like that. He didn't think that they should do that to the average person in Chicago, make them pay to hear the ball games. He contacted the Cubs and said, "Are you interested?" And of course they were. So he went to the Cubs, and I think that was about 1981. And I just liked everything about his style. Again, everybody, this is Apba Bryant and Apba Baseball Classics, ready to bring to you game number 51 of the All-Time Greats tournament. Yesterday was game one of the series between the 2016 Chicago Cubs and the 1946 Boston Red Sox. That game was taken by the Red Sox. They have a 1-0 lead over the Cubs. If they win today, they'll send the Cubs home and move on in the All-Time Greats tournament. We're ready for today's starting lineups.
Let me hear ya! Everybody! On 1, on 2, on
Today's game is being played with basic Apba, and I don't usually use the current book that they sent out. It's kind of large, but I'm going to use it today. So we're going with basic Apba, except for in stealing situations. Since we have the master symbols, we'll use stealing writings for the master game. Carl Hendricks has completed his warm-up tosses, and we're about ready to throw the blue and red dice, which we'll read the blue die first, Cubs colors. And Johnny Pesky steps into the box. Here's the pitch to Johnny Pesky. 51 is a 8 against the grade A pitcher. That's going to be a pop-out to third base, caught by Javi Baez, and one down for the Red Sox in the top of the first. Here is Dominic DiMaggio, the little professor, center fielder for the Red Sox. 1-6 is a 28. Ground ball to the shortstop. Addison Russell throws to Rizzo at first. There are 2 down. Both teams are fielding column 1 in defense. Here is Ted Williams. You might have noticed changes in the lineups today. The hitters yesterday, numbers 4 through 8, went over 15. So there was nobody hitting behind Ted Williams, so there's no reason to pitch to him. But so there's some changes. They put 2 300 hitters in behind him, Partee at catcher and Culberson in the outfield. We'll see if they will feel more inclined to pitch to Ted Williams. Here's the pitch to Ted Williams. 3-3 roll. That's going to be a 4. That's a double over third base. And the Splendid Splinter is on second in scoring position with 2 outs. Here is Lee Culberson, who is playing right field today. 313 hitter in 1946. The pitch to Culberson. 24 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. So Hendricks pitches out of that uncomfortable position. We go to the bottom of the first. 0-0. Cubs coming to bat. Tex Houston is pitching for the Red Sox today. 20-11, 2.75 ERA. Dexter Fowler approaches the plate. We're ready for the bottom of the first inning. 23 is a ground ball to third base. That is taken by Pinky Higgins. Throws to first, 1 away. Here is Ben Zobrist, formerly of the Tampa Bay Rays and the Kansas City Royals. 24 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. Ben Zobrist goes down on strikes. And there's 2 outs. Chris Bryant. 1-3 is a 42. That's going to be a hit by pitch ball. So Bryant will take first. He is a fast runner at first. Stealing ready is E24. You're going to let Anthony Rizzo swing away. Here's the pitch to Anthony Rizzo. 26 is the roll. That's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 3. Second strikeout for Tex Houston. And that closes out the first inning. We go to the top of the second. 0-0. Catcher Roy Partee leads off for the Red Sox. Here's the pitch from the right-hander Carl Hendricks. 63 is a swing and miss for strike 3. Second strikeout for Hendricks. Brings up Bobby Doerr. Bobby Doerr had an RBI in yesterday's game. He was over 2. He did have a sacrifice fly. 55 is a 8 against an A. That's going to be popped to Baez at third. It's 2 outs. And now Rudy York. 1-2 is a ground ball to second base. That's going to be the third out. 1-2-3 go the Red Sox in the second. We go to the bottom of the second inning. 0-0. Javier Baez leading off for the Chicago Cubs. 1-2 is a ground ball to second base, or X. That's an X. So it's going to be a third strikeout for Houston. And Baez will go back to the dugout. A strikeout victim, catcher William Contreras. 54 is a fly out to right field. Play made out there by Lee Culberson. 2 down. Here's the shortstop, Addison Russell. Righty against righty. Here's the pitch. 65 is popped to the catcher. Roy Partee is under and makes the catch. After 2, there is no score. All right, here is Pinky Higgins later became a Red Sox manager. 21 is a fly ball to right field. One away. Jason Hayward making that play. Pitcher Tex Houston steps into the box. 14 is going to be a fly ball to the left side. And Chris Bryant is under it, makes the catch. 2 down. Back to the top of the order, and Johnny Pesky. 65 is a pop out to the catcher. That's Contreras under it, makes the grab. Kyle Hendricks is retired 7 in a row. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. No score. The J.A. Kid leads off for the Cubs in the bottom of the 3rd. 44 is a 8 against a B pitcher. It's going to be a fly out to center field. 1 down. Here is the pitcher, Kyle Hendricks. 24 is a strikeout. The 4th for Tex Houston. Now, at the top of the order, Dexter Fowler. 1-3 is going to be a base on balls. And Dexter Fowler is the 2nd Cubs base runner. Fast runner at first. Stealing these E30. And that E means before the 6th inning, he's not going to attempt any steals. That is not unrealistic. Many Major League clubs will give their fast base runners some liberty to go on their own, but they do have broad rules that will dictate whether or not they're going to try and steal. So if Fowler's not stealing, it's going to be up to Ben Zobrist to move the runner. Here's the pitch to Ben Zobrist. 1-2 is a 25. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. Taken there by Bobby Doerr. The throw to first. 3 outs. We'll go to the 4th. Still no score. All right, Dominic DiMaggio steps in the box to start off the 4th for the Red Sox. 35 is a 9. That's going to be a ground out to shortstop. 6-3. Here is Ted Williams, who has the only hit in the game. Here's the pitch to Williams. 62 is a 40. That's a foul ball. Strike 1 on Ted. 51 is a 8 against the A pitcher. That's a pop out to 3rd. 2 outs. And now Lee Culberson struck out his first time up. 31 is a pop out to 3rd. So we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Game's moving right along. Pitchers are in complete command. Chris Bryant will lead off the bottom of the 4th for the Cubs. 54 is a fly ball to Lee Culberson in right field. 1 down. Anthony Rizzo. 22 is going to be a double to right center for Anthony Rizzo. Here's Javi Baez. All right, well, 1 out. There's not much room for strategy to button in the 3rd. Javi Baez is going to take his swings. Here's the pitch from Tex Houston. 34 is a fly ball to center field, and the runner will have to hold. 2 outs. The little professor, Don DiMaggio, throws it back into the infield. Here is Wilson Contreras, the Chicago catcher. 0 for 3 yesterday. He's 0 for 1 today. 52 is a 27. That's going to be a Y. He's an X. So it's a ground out to 3rd. 5-3. And Anthony Rizzo's stranded in 2nd. We go to the top of the 4th. 0-0. Roy Partee from Los Angeles, California leads off for the Cubs. 3-3 roll is going to be a single. It's a base hit for Partee. Slow catcher at first, so they'll play it safe on the base paths. Here is Bobby Doerr. Tight game like this, I think Bobby Doerr is going to go ahead and try to sacrifice Partita's second. Here's the pitch from Hendricks. 25 is a bunt fielded by Hendricks. The throw to first base, second baseman covering, is a successful sacrifice, 1-4. Partita goes to second with one down. At this point, with one out and Partita at second, the Red Sox are not going to play it safe on the base pass. Here is Rudy York with a chance to drive in the game's first run. 43 is a 29. That's going to be a ground out to Anthony Rizzo at first. He flips to Hendricks covering, 3-1. Partita goes to third, but there are now two outs. And Pinky Higgins scheduled to hit. Kyle Hendricks will wave Pinky Higgins to first base. Intentional walk. First and third brings up the pitcher, Tex Houston. Well, there's only a few things on Tex Houston's card offensively that would cause Kyle Hendricks discomfort. A couple of walks. And of course, that's 7 at 1-1 and the 0 at 6-6. Here's the pitch. 43 is a ground out back to Kyle Hendricks. He throws the first, and that's 3 outs. Go to the bottom of the fifth, still no score. In the last of the fifth inning, Tex Houston will draw the bottom of the Chicago Cubs order. Eddie Russell, Jason Hayward, and Kyle Hendricks. Here's the pitch to Russell. 1-5 is a single. Pretty sure. To right, let's see, to center field, base hit for Edison Russell. Fast runner at first for Chicago. G32 stealing. All right, Jason Hayward's a left-handed batter. They're going to start the runner. Here's the pitch to Hayward. 25 is a 9. And that's a single, unless against a grade B pitcher. 28 is a ground out to shortstop, 6-3, with Russell going to second base. One away. Here is Kyle Hendricks. I was listening to a long interview with Satchel Paige last night, and I love the way he put the differences between Negro League teams and white teams. He said that Negro League teams would get a run on to get a run. White teams would try to score a whole bunch of runs at once. And that's what the Cubs are doing here. They're trying to get a run on to get a run. Kyle Hendricks is in the box. 1-6 is swing and miss for strike 3. There's 2 down. And Tex Houston's 6th strikeout in the game. That's his 5th, excuse me. Dexter Fowler, with 2 outs, has opportunity to get Eddie Russell home for the first run. If he can do something here, 1-6 is a 28. Ground ball to Johnny Pesky at shortstop. He throws to first. 3 outs. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Red Sox nothing, Cubs nothing. Each pitcher has allowed only 2 hits and a walk. Going into the 6th inning, Kyle Hendricks will face the top of the Cubs order, Johnny Pesky, Don DiMaggio, and Ted Williams. 15 is a base hit for Johnny Pesky, and he is fast. D21 stealing. Hendricks moved to first as 0, but Contreras is a +3 arm, so that would be D18. 11 through 36, 2/3 of a chance to make it. And I think with nobody else, there goes Johnny Pesky. DiMaggio's at bat. Here's a throw from Contreras, 64. He is safe. Take that back. He is dead duck. He is out. 64 is outside of the safe range. I was thinking of the way I steal bases with basic Apba. But with a master game, Pesky's going back to the dugout. 1 out. Here's the pitch to DiMaggio. 1-6, 28. Ground ball to Addison Russell. Throws to first. There are 2 outs. And now Ted Williams with the bases clear. 1 for 2 with a double. Here's the pitch to Teddy Ballgame. 1-6 is a ground ball to shortstop, 6-3. 3 outs. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Cubs nothing, Red Sox nothing. Ben Zobrist leads off from Chicago. He played with the Royals in 2015, helped them win the championship, and enjoyed his time so much in Kansas City that he named his first child Royal, Zobrist. Here's the pitch to Zobrist. 53 is a 19. That's going to be an error on the third baseman, Pinky Higgins. Zobrist is on with no outs. Fast runner at first. F24 is his steal rating. The F means he's not going. All right, here is Chris Bryant. If it were the 7th inning, the F would allow him to try and steal. Here's the pitch to Chris Bryant. 6-5 is a 35 with a runner on first. It's a foul out to the catcher. 1 away. Anthony Rizzo. 23 is a 4-6-3 double play. So that's it for the Cubs in the 6th. We go to the 7th. No score. We're seeing a lot of terrific pitching here in the all-time greats tournament. Last 4 out of 6 games have been either 1-0 or 2-0. There are a couple 7-2 games in there. But this is another one, 0-0 in the 7th. Here's the pitch to Lee Culberson from Kyle Hendricks. 56 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. Second time Culberson struck out. Roy Partee. .26 is a ground ball to shortstop. And Eddie Russell takes care of that. That's 2 outs. Here is Bobby Dorr. 25 is an 8 against an 8 as a pop out to third. 3 up and 3 down for the Red Sox in the 7th. We go to the last of the 7th, no score. Javi Baez will lead the Cubs attack in the bottom of the 7th inning. 35 is a 39. That's going to be strike 1. Tex Houston has struck out 5 batters. So far, 1-2 is a 25 that's hit on the ground. Nope, that's an X. Javi Baez is his 6th strikeout. And Baez has gone down swinging twice in this game. Wilson Contreras. 34 is a fly ball to center field. 2 away. And now Addison Russell. 32 is a ground ball to Bobby Dorr at second base. He throws to Rudy York at first, and the Cubs are retired. 1-2-3. We go to the top of the 8th. 0-0. All right, Kyle Hendricks is rated to pitch to 24 batters before his point of weakness. He has pitched to 24 batters, so if 3 bad things happen to him, his grade goes down 1 letter. Rudy York leads off for the Boston Red Sox in the 7th. 1-3 is a base on balls to Rudy York. Slow runner at first. Sox will play it safe on the base paths. Pinky Higgins, the 8th place hitter, comes up. .52 is a 27. That's going to be a 5-4-3 double play. So 2 quick outs, and now the pitcher, Tex Houston, who is in his point of weakness inning since he does not have a rating as 7th. Yeah, but nothing bad happened to him in the 7th, so he is not yet tired. 1-3 is a swing and miss for strike 3. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Nobody scored. Jason Hayward leads off for the Cubs in the last of 8th, and I once again forgot to change the inning on the scoreboard at the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch to Hayward. 26 is a 27. It's an X for a strikeout. Hayward goes back to the dugout. Here is Kyle Hendricks. Manager Joe Men's going to leave him in. Here's the pitch to Hendricks. 64 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. That is the 8th strikeout for Tex Houston. Dexter Fowler. 21's the roll. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Tex Houston strikes out the side in the 8th. We go to the 9th. 0-0. In the 9th for the Red Sox, it's going to be Johnny Pesky, Don DiMaggio, and Ted Williams. Here's the pitch to Pesky. He is 1 for 3 in the day. 1-4 is a fly ball to left field. Chris Bryant is under it and makes the catch. Here is Dominic DiMaggio, the shortest of the DiMaggio brothers. He's 5'9" from San Francisco, California. 61, 24 is a ground ball to the shortstop, Addison Russell. He throws over the first and retires a fast Dominic DiMaggio. That brings up Ted Williams. Here's the pitch to Williams. 25 is a 8 against an A. That's going to be a pop out to third base. So the Red Sox are out in order in the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. 0-0. Ben Zobrist leads off for the Cubs in the 9th. 1-1 roll for Zobrist. That's going to be a double. Zobrist batting from the left side, doubles to right center field. He's in scoring position with nobody out in the 9th. Chris Bryant. I don't think Chris Bryant has ever in his life been asked to bunt. But I'm telling you, I would really want to bunt here and move the runner to third with 1 out. We're going to ask Chris Bryant to be a team guy and lay one down. Here's the pitch to Bryant, 51. He lays down a 9. That's a 5-4 sacrifice, so he gets it done. And Ben Zobrist goes to third. He'll be 90 feet away from winning this ball game with only 1 out. Anthony Rizzo. I do not have a lefty on the bench who's B or higher, so I can't gain an A rating with a substitution here. It's going to be up to Houston. He's not tired. He's only had 1 mark against his fatigue. It's up to Tex Houston to hold the line here. The Red Sox defense is going to play in. Here's the pitch to Anthony Rizzo. 31 is a 9 against a B. That's going to be a single through shortstop, and Zobrist will score. Walk-off single by Anthony Rizzo. Cubs win. Cubs win. All right, to wrap this up, the Cubs win game 2 to even up the series at 1 game apiece and send us to a deciding game tomorrow. The Boston Red Sox scored no runs today, 3 hits and 1 error, and really the telling stat of this series for Boston is batting positions 4 through 9 are 1 for 32 in the series. 1 for 32. It's about a 0.30 something average. For the Cubs, they scored 1 run on 4 hits and no errors. The winning pitcher is Kyle Hendricks. He pitched 9 innings, no earned runs, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Tex Houston got no support. He is a loser. 8 1/3 innings, 1 earned run, 4 hits, 9 strikeouts, and 1 walk. The star of today's game is Kyle Hendricks and Anthony Rizzo. Let's go with co-stars. Anthony Rizzo was 2 for 4. It's a double, single, and a game-winning RBI in the 9th. Walk-off single. And also Kyle Hendricks, who pitched a complete game shutout for the Chicago Cubs. Hope you enjoyed the game. Thanks for watching. Join us tomorrow as we play Game 3 of this series. Good day and God bless.